Hi, what's up, you guys? I hope you all are having a great day today. So, today I wanted to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. As I'm sure some of you guys know, she is expected to drop an album this year. So, I kind of just wanted to talk about what I personally would like to get from this upcoming album. To do this, I did re listen to all of her projects again and made notes of all of the qualities that I like, as well as those that I just don't personally care for, in order to kind of create the ideal Megan album in my eyes. Before we jump into everything, I do want to say that if you're interested in female rap, music conversations, music debates, music reviews, and really anything music related, definitely consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right, let's talk about what we hopefully can expect from Megan Thee Stallion's upcoming album. So, I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I really thought that we would already have the album by now. I'm not trying to rush Megan or criticize her or anything by any means, but I guess I naturally assumed that the album would have dropped before, or at least around the time that the tour started. But she's been talking about this album for like over a year at this point, and considering the quality of her singles, the quality of the visuals thus far, and as well as the tour, I genuinely feel like the wait and the anticipation for this album will be worthwhile. Her singles, for the most part, have been pretty different compared to some of her previous singles from her past projects. Singles like Hiss and Cobra are a lot more personal than songs like Cry Baby or Plan B. Thus, I feel like it's clear that the album will have an overall more personal tone to it compared to her previous work. I know that Traumazine is kinda considered to be her most personal work thus far, but the energy that we've received from the singles thus far, it feels like we are getting a deeper cut of Megan that we have yet to hear from her. Now, while Megan's personal music may not be my personal favorite songs from her, I do really like this approach from her as it does debunk the theory that Megan raps about the same topics, which we all know is just not true. Now, with all of that being said, I would still like to hear the fun, energetic, fun songs from her. I think a balance between the hard hitting, vulnerable tracks as well as the energetic, fun tracks that we all know and love from Megan could create a really well balanced album. So, I'm sure that this is an unpopular opinion, and I'm sure someone will try to drag me in the comments for this, but to be truthfully honest with you guys, I don't think that Megan's albums are her strong suit. In my opinion, Megan's mixtapes and her EPs tend to be a lot stronger than her official albums. I feel that Traumazine was just too slow for myself, and Good News was just more focused on having like catchy hooks opposed to strong verses. Her other projects, such as Fever and Something for the Hotties, tend to have a better balance between catchy hooks and strong verses. So, for this upcoming album from her, I really would like to hear more of that mixtape energy from her. Strong, thought out verses, high energy, catchy hooks, like whatever mood Megan is in when she's making her mixtapes, I really, really need that for this new album. And speaking of Megan's mixtapes, I really would appreciate some freestyles on here. You feel me? Obviously, the album does not need to be full of freestyles like Something for the Hotties, but I think one or two on this track could really, really be dope. Even if she throws them on the end and calls them bonus tracks, I really want to see it. Megan's freestyles are definitely my favorite thing that she brings to the table, and honestly, I would go as far to say that she is one of, if not the best freestylist amongst the mainstream girls right now. So, a few freestyles on the track list would make me very, very happy. Finally, I think it would be really dope to see Megan utilize more experimental beats on this album. I know that Megan does dabble and play around with experimental beats quite a bit, but honestly, I don't know how you guys feel majority of the time, but those end up being some of my favorite songs. Don't Stop is the first thing that comes to mind. Honestly, it is one of my favorite songs from her just because of the beat alone. Personally, I do love the whole alternative subgenre within rap right now, so hearing someone like Megan, who isn't an alt rapper at all, actually perform really well on these types of beats is really genuinely fun to hear. Megan is honestly someone who can rip any beat. From traditional hip hop sounds to the new wave alternative sounds, she genuinely makes it all sound good. Thus, I really would like to hear her dabble in more experimental beats. And by experimental, I don't exclusively mean alternative beats, but really just anything outside of like a traditional hip hop sound that a lot of these rappers bring to the table. I mean, hell, Megan could probably rip a country beat if she wanted to. So I just want to hear something experimental in general. I want to hear something completely different than what other rappers are bringing to the table right now. Overall, despite there already being 3 singles out, each of them are pretty unique from each other. From the topic itself to her approach on the track, all the way down to the beats of each single. I think the versatility that Megan has displayed thus far for this era is really intriguing and it has me engaged for what is to come for the album as a whole. Just based off the singles alone, I feel like this will be her most versatile album to date with a good mixture of fun, bad bitch bops, as well as the vulnerable songs that allow us to really get to know who Megan is. But these are all just my thoughts and I definitely want to know what you guys think. Are you excited for Megan's new album? What would you personally like to hear from Megan on this album? Drop all of your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for making it this far, and hopefully I see all of you guys in the next one. Peace.